Hi everyone, welcome to part 3 of Python Pandas. Today we are going to discuss what are data frame objects and how to create them. So let's see the content. So first of all, we are going to see what data frame object is. And second, we are going to see various methods which are very helpful in creating a data frame objects. And third, we will be discussing some of the very important attributes of data frames. So let's get started without a delay. What is data frame object? A data frame object is a two-dimensional labeled data structure, just like your spreadsheet, where data is arranged in a tabular fashion, rows in columns. And one of the characteristics of a data frame is rows and columns are labeled. That means you can see in our example here we have a column whose name is name. So name is the label of the first column, team is the second column, name, and similarly number, position and age. Here rows are labeled with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and other characteristics of our data frames are these are size mutable. That means we can add or delete columns as well as rows after creating the array. They are not immutable, they are mutable. Secondly, this data frame object can contain different type of values along the column as well as along the row. And third thing, as in the NumPy arrays we have arithmetic operations, similarly we can have arithmetic operations in data frame as they are based on NumPys only. So let us see how to create a data frame objects. To create a data frame object, we have a function called data frame from the library Pandas. Okay, so here are some of the parameters. The first is data. Data is any valid sequence, just like NumPy arrays, series, maps, lists or dictionaries. And index is the labels for the rows, and columns are the labels for columns. By default their value is np.range n, you can see here. And data type is the data type of the data frame, and copy is the command which is used to copy the data. Its default value is false. So let's see how to create data frame objects. In this context we are going to see how to create an empty data frame first. Okay, so to create an empty data frame we just need to call a data frame function and do not supply any parameter. This will create an empty data frame object. You can see empty data frame, column null and index is none. So it contains 0 columns and 0 indexes. Secondly, we can create a data frame from the list. Okay, you can see I have supplied a one-dimensional list, so it contains only row, it do not contain number of columns. Okay, if we have a two-dimensional list, it will create a two-dimensional data frame with multiple columns. You can see first value in my list is or contains the first column. You can see Amit, Aman, Ram, and 16, 14 and 15 is the second column. And I also have supplied a column name or column labels, name and age. So let us see how this can be created in our IDE. To create this object, first thing first, we have to import a package pandas. Then we are going to create a data frame object is equals to pd.dataframe. Notice D and F are capital. Okay, and we are going to print this D and F, and let's see what is the output. So you can see it's empty. If I try to print this in my print method, you can see empty data frame, column and indexes. Okay, now let us create a list with the help of a from the list. Let's say if df is equals to pd.dataframe, let's say li, and let us print this. Now next, let's say we have a two-dimensional list. Okay, this time li is equals to, I'm going to supply some of the values. Let's say Delhi. Let's write some value, let's say 160 let's say it should be a population label, and now we have a second row, let's say Mumbai, and its population label is, let's say, 150, and we have another. So my list is ready. Now I'm going to create a database object. Let's say DC is equals to pd dot data frame. Let's say specify a data, that is list, and we do not specify the column right now. I'm going to do it again sometime after this. And let's see. So I have created a list. Okay, something is wrong because I have specified like this. Okay, so now you can see my data frame is created. Okay, so now let us specify a first column as city, comma, columns is equals to, let's say, first is city, and then we can supply let's say pollution level, pollution. Okay, let's do this. So you can see my label changed from 0 and 1 to city and pollution. Similarly, for we can specify the index is equals to, let's say anything, let's say A comma B comma C. Now you can see my row labels are also changed. So to change the column label, I have specified the parameter columns, and to change the row indexes, I have specified the indexes. Okay, so this is how we can create our data frame with the help of a list, from one-dimensional list and from two-dimensional list. Now let's get back to our presentation and see what next. So now how to create a data frame with the help of a dictionary. So in first line, I have created a dictionary which contains name, and it contains a complete name. You can see Tom, Jack, Steve and Ricky, respective ages. Tom 28, Jack 34 and Steve 29, Ricky 42. And then we have used df is equals to pd dot data frame data. Here data is our dictionary, and this creates a data frame. You can see data frame is created, and next is the example. I'll demonstrate how to change the row labels. Okay, so let's see how to do it in our IDE. So here I will be copying the data from my notepad, and let's try to use df is equals to pd dot data frame. Let's specify the data only and then print this data. Okay, let's say df. Now you can see my data dictionary is created, and if I want to supply let's say indexes for the rows, I can do it by simply specifying the values for indexes. Index is equals to, let's say I'm going to specify for 4, let's say A comma B comma C comma D. Okay, so you can see my indexes are changed, and you can supply the columns as well, and that will change the column name. Okay, so this is how we can create a data frame with the help of a dictionary. So let us move to the presentation and see what's next. We can create a data frame with the help of a dictionary of series. Okay, so here is an example. You can see I have created a dictionary. D is equals to 1 is the key, and in the values section I specified a complete series, pd dot series 1 2 3. So here you can see series, and the indexes is equals to, let's say A, B and C. Similarly for the dictionary, the second dictionary, I have specified the series object and also specified the index value for the series. Okay, those who haven't learned series object, you can follow the link given in the description below. Okay, so let's try this in our IDE. So obviously, first of all, we are going to create a series object to demonstrate how to create a series object. So I have created a panda series object, let's say S1, s1 is equals to pt dot series 1 2 3 and the index value is abc. Let's try to print this one and see how it works. Now you can see I have 1 2 3 as the values and abc are the row indexes. So let's make a dictionary with the help of this. Now you can see I have a key 1 and the series object is created with the help of a pt.series. Here is the values and here is the list of indexes. 2, for this we have created another series, and then let's create a data frame. Data frame is equals to pt.dataframe, specify the dictionary, and let's print this dictionary. So you can see keys are transformed into the columns and indexes have the rows. Okay, now notice we have abc only three elements in the first one and 4 in the second. You can see nan in the first column since one value is missing in the row index d. Okay, for example, if I say I have, let's say, L as an index and specify some value to it, let's say 10, and run this program again, you will see nan in the second column. Okay, because value for L is missing in the second element. So now let's look into the next topic, creating data frame from another data frame. This is really very easy. We have specified a data frame and we have created another data frame with the help of a data frame. Here I have specified the previously created data frame. Okay, so let's see this in action. So we already have a df, that is this one. I'm going to create another d2 which will be created from df pt dot data frame, let's say d2, and let's print this d2 as well. So you can see my data frame d2 is created, which is a clone of our df. Okay, so let us move to attribute sections. In this is the list of various important indexes. Among these we have highlighted some of the indexes which are more important and are described in your CBSE syllabus. So first is index. It will give you a series of index values, that is labels for the rows, and column will return the labels for the column. And this next is data type object. Shape will return a tuple of displaying the shape, representing the shape. N byte will return number of bytes, and then will represent number of dimensions. Size will return the number of elements. Item size will return the type of data type of size of data type of the items. And access will return the list representing both the access. And empty will return true if the series object, if data frame object is empty, otherwise false. And T will transpose the index and columns. So let us see some of these in our IDE. So we already have D2 and DF. Let's use D2 for this purpose. Now you can see I have used D2.index. It is returning A, B, C, D and L because my labels for the rows is A, B, C, D and L. Okay, similarly I will specify D2 dot column, and this is going to return my column labels. Okay, now if I specify D2 dot, let's say, shape, it will give me a tuple of 5 into 5 represents the number of rows and 2 represents number of columns. Okay, let's say D2 dot size. Now you can see I have 10 elements 5 into 2, that is 10. So it's like this. And let's say d2 dot ndim, it will return the dimension, that is 2. We have only 2 x's, that's why it is 2. Let's say d2 dot t transpose. Now you can see my data elements are transposed. My row becomes columns and column becomes row. So this is really super easy. And let's say one more thing, if I want to check whether my data frame is empty or not, let's say d2 dot empty, so false. And if I created a object, let's say d is equals to pd dot data frame, so this will create an empty data frame object. And let's check this, d dot empty. So you can see true, because my data frame d is empty. If you want to see all the values in d2, only values, d2 dot values, if you print like this, it will give an array representing the values. So this concludes our topic. Hope you enjoyed my tutorial and you have learned something. In the next tutorial we are going to see how to select, slice and access elements in data frame objects and how to manipulate these elements. Okay, till then, goodbye. Thank you for watching.